Hello, I'm Dr. Randy Konikoff. I want to share with you why I became a clinical psychotherapist and opened Konikoff Counseling. Several years ago, after a series of horrendous life choices, I found myself thrown down a flight of stairs, laying on a basement floor, soaked in lighter fluid and set on fire. I had just been held upside down over a running table saw after having my face ground in broken glass. An hour earlier, I had my head repeatedly smashed in with an oak headboard and my ring finger tightened in a vise until it cracked. It was there, lying on that basement floor, watching the flames on my left arm unexplainably go out, that I heard God telling me He had plans for me, and this wasn't it. After years of subjecting my oldest daughter and myself to physical violence, the likes of which rival any horror movie, I realized at that moment that I had been given another chance, and I gave my life to Jesus Christ. During those earlier years, if you had known me, looked at my life, or spoken to me, you would have never guessed what was going on. Because of how I felt about myself during that time, I didn't feel that I deserved anything better. I bought into the domestic violence lie, and I was convinced that I made him act this way and that this was the life I deserved. I believed him when he said that I made him hit me, and if I didn't do this or do that, he wouldn't have to. But there was always another thing I shouldn't have done, and the rules kept changing. But that day in the basement was the day I woke up from the nightmare of domestic violence, and it was Christ's love for me that lifted me above my self-loathing and despair. He loves me enough for me to believe that through Him, I matter, and I could be made new. And this is how I came to be who I am today, to do what I do, which is to help people realize that no matter where they are right now, they can be so much more than they ever imagined they could be. Now, this is my story. You have your story, and I respect that. And my focus is to help you become the best and most effective version of yourself. The work I do is done in private with my patients. Maybe someone can learn that they have something to live for, or that they're valuable, or that they're worth choosing sobriety, they're worth processing that trauma, or getting out of that toxic situation. Life can be hard, but it can also be beautiful. It's a choice. And by the grace of God, I'm a survivor and a thriver, and you can be too. There is help, there is hope at Konikoff Counseling.